Hello everyone, it's Melinda here with CatSmashPuzzles, and as you can see, I'm not in my normal filming area today. I'm actually on vacation in Broken Bow, Oklahoma with family, and I decided to bring one puzzle to film because, you know, couldn't exactly beat the view. Today we're actually going to be doing a 500-piece puzzle from Galison. This is Cosmic Lights, and the reason I chose this puzzle was because it's kind of a vacation scenic puzzle, and that was a 500-piece puzzle. I had a lot of scenic puzzles that was 1,000 pieces, and I wasn't sure how a table was going to present, and I didn't want to know if I could invest 1,000-piece puzzle time into my vacation, so I figured the 500-piece was a better idea to go with. I'm hoping the lighting's good. This is the first time I'm actually filming outside like this, and I'm hoping that when I do the puzzle itself, it'll come out really, really well. This is more of a black background on the puzzle, and I have a brown table here, so I'm hoping it'll kind of pop. Didn't bring my whiteboard, didn't want to pack that, so I think that this is kind of an experiment just to see how well I do on a vacation. I do have actually another vacation planned, and I hope to maybe do at least one, maybe two puzzles on that one, because it's actually a longer trip, so we'll see how that goes. I think that one will be a little easier to film due to where I'm going, and you'll see why when I film that. For this puzzle, I actually opened it up, and it was still like together. Someone had just chopped it into 4 or 5 pieces, and it was just all together, and I'm like, well, I have to completely dismantle this. So one thing you do when you do a puzzle swap, you might have missing pieces, you might have people sorting the border out. That's all fine, but leaving it mostly assembled and then giving it away, I would recommend you not do that, because that's kind of inconsiderate to the next person. I understand if you want to do it for yourself and you keep the puzzle, that makes complete sense. But I think that keeping it most, like 90% together for the next person, just kind of wastes their time dismantling it. So something just to think about when you do a puzzle swap. So I think this one might actually be relatively easy. It's bright colors, it's kind of a gradient in a way, and it has very distinct sections. So I think I'm going to, keep my general goal of an hour, but I want to see if I can try to get this one to be my first under 40-minute first attempt try. This might be an attempt that will fail because I'm kind of doing this outside, I don't know, and there's wasp-type creatures everywhere, and that might get me to run away from the puzzle for a minute. So this might be a bad idea to attempt this, my first attempt for under 40 minutes. But, I thought this puzzle would be a good one to at least try that. I am down a finger here. I got injured. We did a water gun fight. I'm down that, and I'm also very sore on my arms because we went tubing on the lake, and so I have a couple things going against me for this puzzle. I did do 2 1,000-piece puzzles with my family so far on this vacation, so we've completed both of those puzzles. One puzzle was the one I brought, and it had all the pieces, and me and my sister did it pretty quickly. And then the other 1,000 pieces was actually the cabins puzzle that we found. It was missing 4 pieces, but I actually did that mostly by myself, and I think I did do it over the course of 2 days, but I think I finished it in under 4 hours for sure. So, but again, I didn't time them. I was kind of trying to see if I can do a puzzle relaxing again, and I actually can. At least 1,000 piece seems to be an okay one for me to do. I'm still doing it relatively quickly, but I'm not trying to beat a clock. I'm doing it at the pace that I like. So I'm very happy to see that. Enjoy the view, and let's smash it. that didn't go quite as planned. Had a couple things going wrong here. First things first, fun puzzle. It was quite beautiful, and I really do like Galison's brand. The piece shapes are very nice. It picks up really well, as you can see. And I think the puzzles are relatively easy, but I think my environment kind of played a factor with this one. So my time was 56:23, which is slower than what I was definitely trying to get under 40 minutes. It was slower than my pieces per minute goal, which is 52 minutes or less, but I did succeed in getting under an hour. So there was that going. So we got under the hour, so I'm kind of happy about that at least. But I think it started well. I started at the bottom with the mountains, and then I just kind of worked on the borders a little bit and worked on the colors that stood out to me, which was kind of the pink and yellow, and then I finished off with the blue and green. But I do think the heat factor was probably the biggest one. I did really start getting hot. It's about almost 100 degrees right now, so being out here 56 minutes speed puzzling, it's a little warm. I try to do this in the morning, but it's still warming up, and it's just hot. It's summertime right now. And then 2, yes, I got attacked by a wasp, or a wasp-like bug. It got like right up here in my hair and ear, and I will show you that blooper at the end of the video. I ran off and probably cussed up a storm, and I think I got stung on my thumb because it hurts. So that happened. That probably took about 15 seconds to reorient myself. I actually flung a piece also on the floor. I managed to get that back, so no missing pieces, thankfully. And I also, just these stools I'm on, I'm actually standing on one leg right now, so just the total environment was just maybe a little bit of a change, challenge, whatever you want to call it. You don't usually do speed puzzling outside. Maybe this is how the people in Worlds felt in that bubble in Spain, and I don't know, but if that's the case, then I might be a little worse off for wear in Worlds if I go. But, you know, as a Texan, I should be used to the heat, you think. I'm also in pain, sore, and missing a finger. So there was a lot of things going against me for this puzzle. And I'm just kind of glad it was an easier one. Maybe I'll do it one more time before I give it up in the puzzle swap and see if I can maybe get under that 40-minute goal. But at that point, it's not a first attempt anymore. So we, smashed it a little bit. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.